Star Signs fans. I am so sorry I'm a few days late. Please forgive me. I am part of a nonprofit organization called findme2.org, and we were laying the groundwork for a search over in Japan for a 5-year-old missing girl. So I was there for this past week helping to get organized for the search that's going to happen next month. And I just thought I'd have enough time to do it ahead of time, and I didn't. So my apologies. I'm so sorry. And now to your star signs. Hi, so if you are Aries, born March 21st to April 19th, what can you expect for the month of March 2015? Let's tune in and find out. So right away, Aries, what's showing right away to me is that you can expect to be rewarded for all your hard work. That there's finally, aha, I finally have it. They're showing me, you know, the goods. You've got the goods. You've got the trophy. You got the award. You got the money. You got the cash. You got the title. Whatever it was that you were seeking, like it's in your hand, okay? If that meant that you were going to court, you know, to win custody of your kids, if that meant that you were trying to win a lawsuit, everything's in your favor. So they're showing me things in your favor. So it's a really good, powerful energy. And not only that, but I see that when you talk, people listen. Like you're speaking up and people are nodding their heads and taking notes and what do you want? So there's a real strong ability for you to speak, ability for you to teach, ability for you to move things in a direction that are important to you. So a lot of people will be listening to you in March and taking your word for it. So you carry a lot of weight, Aries, this month. Not that you don't other months, but in particular this month, people are really gonna lean forward, lean in to hear what you have to say. So it's a really, really powerful start for you. Now there's a full moon in Virgo on March 5th. And so I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I just had this visual of like you putting your finger in an energy socket and like, you know, so it can be a little hair-raising day, which means there can be an intensity to this day. There could be some things that alarm you that you hear, that you get keyed in on. You know, some of this can be difficult. Some of it could be that you may find out that someone's abusing drugs or alcohol. It could be finding out that someone's been having an affair. You know, this is the worst case scenario. You know, like shocking information, shocking news, and now those are worst case scenarios. So for some of you, there's also with this, the good news is that right after this, there's a balm that comes in, just a real soothing balm, or smoothing, you know, smooth things over. There's some information that comes in. There's, I want to also say technology comes in. There's things that come in that are going to support whatever this like craziness is. It could be something very benign too. It could be something at work that all of a sudden, you know, you thought this contract was done and it wasn't done. It could be, you know, it can be that kind of, it's a stressful day. Let's just put it that way. There's stress in the air. So, and it has to do with surprises like, oh my God. It's like that, right? So it could be just something work related. But the good news is that whatever this is, you're going to find out it's not that big a catastrophe. You're going to find out this was for the greater good. Even if it, God forbid, was, you know, somebody having an affair or somebody having drugs or something like of that nature, there is the flip side where they get the help what they need, where you find out what was going on in the marriage and you're able to correct it. So I don't necessarily see these things leading to a death. You know, a death of a relationship, death of a loved one. I'm not seeing that for sure, okay? So it's not that kind of energy, right? It's a wake-up call. It's a like, wow, this is what's going on, or this is what's going on in my company or my office or my coworkers. So there's an energy of waking you up to seeing what's going on around you, actions around you. Then, and with this energy, some of it could be out of your control, where you're not the one who's in control of correcting these things, or you start to get them corrected, but you don't know if the other people are going to accept the conditions or the changes or whatever it is. So there's a little bit of faith that you're going to have to go on, working on faith, working on goodwill. So the positive things is that I can see these things smoothing out or working out towards the end of the month. Now we have a new moon in Pisces also a solar eclipse on March 20th. And then, of course, we have, within 24 hours, we've got the equinox, right? So the first day of spring here in our hemisphere. So now what you want to be aware of is that's a powerful energy. There's a lot of injection of energy, and you can use that to plant new ideas, new consciousness about what you want and your intentions in the world, because we are not made up of our astrology sign, right? These are just opportunities for us to grow or rise above. So nothing is ever etched in stone. We're given information so that we can rise above it, right? So you want to keep that in mind, Aries, that you have the ability then to kind of ride this wave, this energy into molding how you want your life to look. And this is a great energy portal for you to inject that energy, that consciousness, those ideas that you want your life to look. Okay, so now we have relationship overall for the month. For those of you that are in a committed relationship, let's see here. I don't see a lot of problem there. I don't see a lot, when I first saw that, that kind of upset there March 5th, it wasn't so much about you and relationships, it was more about somebody else. So breathe easy, okay? I feel like your relationship is kind of like, it's fine. I'm not really feeling any big bang there, any big stretch. Now, for some of you, the big bang may have already happened, and you're like facing a divorce, you're facing separation. So kind of what goes on is there's nothing shocking here, okay, in terms of what you don't already know. So some of you are already in that phase, and you're dealing with it, okay? The good news is that, we have this series that's been going crazy for about the last, since 2012. We have in the Libra sign, that last eclipse is going to happen April 4th. And so for some of you, this has been like a 2-year process, and you're going to see those endings the beginning of next month, okay? So there's an out. As far as personal relationships, committed relationships, I feel it's a good, solid month for you. It feels powerful. As far as those single individuals for the month of March, that feels a little more prickly. It feels like it's a little more difficult to get something established, mainly because the energy is more about individuals. So it could be that, that doesn't mean that nobody's going to have boyfriends or new girlfriends this month, but it feels like the overall focus, the opportunity seems to spend more focusing on you than outward focusing on looking for that compatible, someone. So I don't see as much happening there in terms of relationship. Now, as far as career and money goes for you, Aries, let's see. Some nice money coming in around March 10th. And this may be something that's new for you. It may be a gift. It may be a new enterprise. It's not so unexpected. So it could be in terms of something that you've cashed out and or sold. But it's a nice sum, and it does feel like it's a lump sum, so that's a good thing. So, and if you don't have anything like that, it could be that it's a loan that maybe you got for a car or a house, or that you borrowed for something. But it feels like it's a positive influx of money into your life. Now your health. I feel like overall you're doing good. I feel like some of you may have recently kind of, just being a little more run down. I have a little bit of a headache, feeling a little tired. And that could just be, if you've been stuck inside or stuck indoors, it could be around that too. But I do feel like you're going to kind of open up to this breath of fresh air around March 17th. So some of you it may be a vacation that takes you away. It just may be that the weather eases up where you are, or that your health just improves. But I'm feeling like this opening around your health around March 17th. So that's a very, very positive thing for you. Now, let's see if there's anything unexpected for the month of March for you that I can share with you. Okay, so there may be something that you've recently lost that you may rediscover, or that may have just recently happened. If it hasn't, if you haven't found it yet, keep an eye open for it, because I do think something that was lost to you will be returned. Not so much thinking a relationship. I'm thinking more something specific, like if you lost a wallet, or if you lost a misplaced favorite pen, favorite pair of earrings, or a ring, that sort of thing. Keep an eye open for it. It feels like it could be returned, and or valuables that were lost could be replaced and or stolen, replaced by insurance as opposed to you going out and buying something yourself. So definitely feel like there's an opportunity for unexpected things to turn up for you that are good. And then I just feel some other things relief, like, if somebody's dealing with a health issue that it's like the best possible diagnosis. There's a lot of good news, even in bad situations for you. So even in your worst situation that you've got going on, there's good news with that bad situation, if that makes any sense to you. So, let's say, God forbid, somebody is dealing with cancer. It ends up being like stage 1 instead of stage 4. Like it's, oh, okay, we'll go and we'll do this. It's fine. It's like that kind of news. Or it could be or you think you might have strep throat and it ends up just being a cold. Like those sorts of things. Okay, it's a very difficult situation or something that has you worried. It ends up being the best scenario. All right. So, Inju, I wanted to end on a happy note. So, even though that's not exactly what I was hoping for, but for those of you that are worriers, I hope that gives you some relief in knowing that whatever comes up, it's a best possible scenario. And some of you won't even have those issues. You'll just be able to rise above it and glide right over it, and don't take it to heart too much anyway. So, all in all, you're going to have a great month, and there's a really nice energy to this month around the 20th if you want to travel. Enjoy yourself. The 18th through the 20th feels like a really nice time to get away. So if there's some of you that are going to have travel, it does feel like it's smooth travel. I don't feel like there's a lot of or big challenges for you this month. So Aries, go enjoy yourself. Have a fabulous month, and I'll connect with you again next month.